I'm Professor Dr. Selçuk Toprak from Gebze Technical University, and today I'll be talking about a joint effort to reduce hazards to environment and water resources by rehabilitating open dams. I would like to acknowledge my co-authors who contributed to this study and also who participates in this project. And also I would like to thank European Commission and Turkish National Agency for supporting this project. The project consortium consists of 9 partners from 5 different countries, namely Turkey, Bulgaria, Romania, Poland, and Italy. In addition to those 9 partners, we also have associated partners who particularly contribute to quality assurance, quality control, and dissemination activities. And within this project, when we talk about solid waste, we actually mean municipal solid waste. And we all know that solid waste created by people, especially in urban areas, is a significant problem all over the world that governments are obliged to solve. The disposal of large amounts of these solid waste from multiple sources generates a high economic and environmental burden to local governments. And solid waste causes environmental problems and affects human life adversely if not disposed properly. Landfill method is the most commonly method for the disposal of solid waste used today. Well, before the landfill application, solid waste were disposed randomly to an area outside the city by open dumping. Even in the countries which started to use the landfill method, abandoned open dump sites continue to endanger the environment and human health. We need to focus on particularly 3 vital problems regarding open dumps. The first one is methane gas, a greenhouse gas that's 28 times more potent than carbon dioxide. Leached and the change in soil properties is the second vital problem, which particularly concerns the ground pollution, soil pollution, and also groundwater pollution. And the third vital problem is structural stability in open dump sites, which is related to slope stability issues. And especially if the open dump is close to water bodies, it creates a particular specific environment and human health issue. Those pictures actually show you clearly the difference between open dumps and landfills, but we can state them particularly as certain items. A dump is an open site where waste was dumped in a pile, while a landfill is an engineered system designed to dispose of waste in a manner that protects public health and natural resources, and it is regulated by the government. A dump does not have leachate collection and treatment system, while a landfill does. A landfill has a liner at the bottom to catch the liquid produced by solid waste, while a dump does not have a liner. Landfills are covered daily with soil to deter pests and prevent bad smells from being released into the air, while dumps may be covered or not. After a while, landfills might produce toxic gases which are released into the air and ground, or may be used in actually energy production. Recently, World Bank published a report about global treatment and disposal of waste in the world, and according to the report, at least 33% of waste in the world not managed in an environmentally safe manner. Do we need for rehabilitation? Yes, open dump sites that are no longer in use need to be rehabilitated, and existing ones should be improved. Even if no solid waste is placed into abandoned open dump sites, the existing dangers still remain. The European Union has a directive on landfill of waste, which defines the limitations and procedures to be taken in order to prevent or minimize the threats to the environment. Within the scope of these international projects, intellectual outputs are produced for target groups on the rehabilitation of open dumping sites which are forgotten or ignored after the establishment of a landfill, but still exist as a potential hazard. And the target groups are here, including but not limited to decision makers, engineers, technicians, vocational trainers, and researchers. Because the problem is a common problem in the countries of partners, the solution requires transnational cooperation and sharing the resources and developing results applicable to this international problem. Let's have a look at the distribution of municipal waste generation in European countries. And we can do that in a comparative way by choosing year 2007 and 2018. And the comparison shows that changes per person within this period are not significant for many countries. And regarding the partner countries, the municipal waste generation per capita is the highest in Italy and the lowest in Romania. Compared with the previous figure, there is a significant difference in this figure, which shows recycling rate of municipal waste in European countries. Recycling of municipal waste increased considerably in many European countries. This trend clearly demonstrates the importance of keeping up with the policies of zero waste in the coming years. And among the project countries, the percentages of recycling rate of municipal waste is highest in Italy and the lowest in Romania, according to 2018 statistics. Let's have a look at the solid waste management in Turkey. And this graph shows solid waste disposal methods in Turkey, and sanitary landfill actually 67% and open dumps are 20%. We can also see here reusing recycling is approximately 12%. According to Domestic Waste Action Plan of the Ministry of Environment and Urbanization in Turkey, there are more than 800 open dumps in Turkey as of 2016 and 8 million tons of municipal solid waste disposed of open dumps. Over the years, the number of existing open dumps has been decreasing in Turkey as some of them were rehabilitated. Here we can see an example from Çameli, Denizli, and the left figure shows the area before rehabilitation, and the right figure shows the open dump area after rehabilitation. The project actually produces 5 intellectual outputs, namely smart decision tool for rehabilitation of open dumps, multilingual e-learning platform, competence tool, learning modules, and smart guidance manual. The target groups benefit from these outputs and develop competences in various sustainability relevant sectors so that they will be able to handle issues related to rehabilitation open dumps. There are planned multiplier events, workshops to take place in each partner country. The multilingual e-learning platform includes the competence path of learning process in smart devices and web platform according to learning outcomes and training units, forming personalized training paths for specific professional competence and reference level. While the learning modules, which are the part of specialized training curriculum, focuses on key issues regarding rehabilitation of open dumps for environmental health and ecology. They include new developments and technologies available in the assessment and rehabilitation of open dumps. And the output comprises 9 modules, including case studies from each country. You can see the titles of those training modules in the slide. And the next intellectual output is competence tool, which is based on modern learning outcomes which satisfy up-to-date and most recent requirements of the environmental regulations, rules, EQF, and AGE. This innovative tool is designed as smart, adjusted according to pace and needs of individuals with free source of online education in the fields of open dump rehabilitation. Well, there are different definitions of competence, and the most common one is by the European Center for the Development of Vocational Training, in short, CEDEFOP. It says ability to apply learning outcomes adequately in a defined context. According to CEDEFOP, competence encompasses cognitive aspects, functional aspects, and interpersonal attributes. And within the project, we develop competences in sustainability relevant sectors, starting from learning outcomes, going on with learning materials, study and assessment, and reaching to competence acquisition. There are different European Union standards and tools to describe competences, but we particularly focus on EQF and HVAC. The competence tool is developed to embed the innovative concept of education for zero perspective. Well, within those intellectual outputs, the competence tool provides a bridge between different intellectual outputs of Smart NV project. The following intellectual output is the Smart Decision tool. There are many components and risk evaluations in deciding the best way for the rehabilitation of open dumps. And those involves legal, technical, technological, environmental, and economical dimensions. These multi-dimension considerations and complexity of the problem makes it a requirement to apply smart digital systems in this solution. The smart tool guides the users interactively through the open dumps rehabilitation assessment process and help them for risk-based optimum decisions, and it works in different platforms. In such a tool, we need to incorporate several different elements like life cycle assessment, life cycle costing, cost-benefit analysis, multi-criteria analysis, and this process actually considers assessment of current environmental footprint, assessment of environmental impact of defined options of rehabilitations, and different types of impact resulting from emission to air, emission to waters, structural stability, including slope failures, waste, use of resources, land occupation, relevance to circular economy concept, and new applications and new technologies developing related to those particular topics. And here I show you a graphical representation of those different aspects. In summary, this project, in short, it is abbreviated as Smart NV. It seeks to develop, pilot, and test innovative digital tools, training methods, and materials for reducing hazards to our environment and water resources by rehabilitating open dams. And I already presented the details of those intellectual outputs of the project. And I would like to acknowledge again the European Commission and Turkish National Agency for supporting this project. And I'm ready if you have any further questions related to this study.